A Week of Remembering Charlie, Part 13. Some of y'all are really gonna hate me for picking this clip, and I don't care.
How many of you guys think when a lawmaker and a man I respect like Ted Cruz uses the Bible to justify aid to Israel, doesn't even know the verse, do you guys think that's like not the best way to approach this? Raise your hand. Okay.
I think Ted Cruz used Genesis 12:3. I think a lot of people see that as off-putting when you look at the New Testament.
Why?
Because I think a lot of people, they look especially at the writings of Paul, where he talks about how the new flesh is not the same as the people in the old covenant. The new flesh is everybody, is everyone's included.
Talking about Romans 9.
Yes, 9:6, yeah.
Are you Catholic?
Converting to Catholic from
Yeah, I can
Judaism.
tell.
This is my next
Oh,
slide.
from Judaism?
Yes.
Oh, wow. So you're you're ethnically Jewish.
Ethnically Jewish,
And
yes.
you have concerns about AIPAC.
Yes, I do.
I'm told that by some people that if I criticize AIPAC, I'm anti-Semitic.
I think it's ridiculous, yeah. I feel like it's great to have a
crazy.
concern for your country.
Do you think that that AIPAC represents, again, I'm not saying I believe this, but I think this is what you're saying, that it represents a kind of cutting in line of prioritization away from the American people?
Yes.
Would you guys say that's a fair summary?
100%.
Meaning that, like, okay, we vote, we're citizens, but a separate group gets higher priority because of whatever reasons.
Charlie was always willing to learn. That's the truth. Some people will say he wasn't, but he was always willing to learn. Now, it's crazy because I've had some people on here who would agree with me in that sentiment. Yes, go Charlie, he was always willing to learn. Unless it's something about Israel for some reason, then they close their ears up and say, no, I refuse to believe it. But here's Charlie willing to listen from an ethnic Jew, and y'all close the ears. This sort of sentiment from Charlie is something that started around a month ago. He started questioning Israel and the American ties to Israel about a month ago. And he dies a month later, and they set up this very strategic plan. This man is gonna take the fall, this is how he's gonna take the fall, and this is what's gonna happen. And then the whole world is just, they're going to take that as the answer. They're not going to question it at all. But there are a couple holes in the whole plan, and a couple people, instead of questioning the holes, will just say, well, I'll find out in time. That's exactly what they want you to believe. Now, I'm not going to say 100% that Charlie was killed by Israel. Regardless, I think Charlie was killed by demonic forces, and whether that is present in the Israeli government or whether that's from elsewhere, regardless, this is still a spiritual battle. That is above all the utmost important thing that we understand. It is a spiritual battle. And let me be clear, because I don't want these words twisted in any way. When I say Israel, when I criticize Israel, I am not talking about Jewish people. I am very clearly talking about the Israeli government, the higher ups, the ones with all the power. Those are the people I'm criticizing. And it's interesting because Charlie absolutely was willing to learn, but at the end of his life, he was starting to question Israel more, and he just let people speak on what they thought about Israel. And then a month goes by and he's dead. I'm not confirming or denying anything. I'm just planting the seed. And I'm sorry that this one isn't as happy as the rest of this week has been, but it is something we absolutely need to discuss because it's important that we start thinking a little bit deeper about this situation now.